Coming up on Mountain News this morning, Eastern Kentucky University is expanding one of its scholarship programs to help ease some students' financial burdens. And lawmakers were the first in line to place their bets yesterday.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. We are coming up on 5 a.m. on September 8th. Now let's check in with Chief Forecaster Brandon Robinson for a look at your forecast this morning. And Brandon, I saw a little bit of fog this morning. I don't know how widespread we're dealing with that. When I first left the house this morning, I couldn't see a thing.
Well, here's the thing. You had a more difficult driving than I did because I didn't see any fog until basically I got here in town. Then I've noticed in the last few minutes it's picked up here. So it must have came in from your side of town other than my side of town. So again, yeah, it's a little bit foggy out there this morning in spots, and it's came on pretty quickly. Let's take a look at our visibility numbers first this morning. And you see they're pretty low, especially around the Hazard area, up toward Moorhead, over toward Logan, down toward Williamsburg. Anything less than 5 on this map, it's also Ashland and Lexington too, seeing some limited visibility. That goes all the way back up to Charleston, West Virginia. So again, just be careful. Moorhead looking foggy this morning. A little bit of fog over toward Pikeville. Buffalo Mountain, you can see it forming down in the valley. You can definitely see it outside the WYMT studios. Jenkins and London Corbin Airport, not too bad just yet. Temperatures much cooler this morning. Actually rode to work with the windows down today because those dew points are down, still up there a little bit in some places, but low to mid to upper 60s this morning instead of those upper 60s to low 70s. So again, out the door today, about 82. We're going to try that one more time. Scattered chances for rain come into play late, and an unsettled weather pattern will take us into the weekend. Olivia?
Brandon, thank you. A couple of traffic alerts to pass along. Drivers using Kentucky 451 south of Krypton in Perry County need to be ready to use another route on September 13th. The road will be closed during daytime hours through the 14th as they repair a break in the pavement. That will take place between mile points 15.1 and 15.2, about a mile south of Krypton. Drivers can use Kentucky 28, Kentucky 15, Kentucky 80, and Kentucky 2021 as alternative routes. And drivers in the Ricetown area of Owsley County need to make plans for Kentucky 2024 being closed also on the 13th. The road will be closed at mile marker 3 for replacement of a drainage pipe. Work will begin at 8:30 in the morning and is expected to be finished at 3 in the afternoon. Officials with Kentucky Power say they are planning some outages in the Hazard area this morning. They say the outages will occur sometime between 5:30 and 6 this morning for businesses along the Hazard Bypass and Hazard High School. They also plan residential outages in the same area beginning at 8 in the morning. Kentucky Power says the outages should last no longer than 15 minutes. EKU has announced the expansion of their Anthem Rural Medicine Scholarship Program. It is the third year the university has worked with Anthem Medicaid to recognize students pursuing careers in healthcare. EKU and Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield Medicaid in Kentucky leaders say this scholarship program gives students the chance to pursue their education in healthcare without having to worry about their financial situation. And with COVID cases increasing in parts of the Commonwealth, doctors say we also should not overlook flu season. Baptist Health Richmond VP of Clinical Support Kimberly Richards says much like the COVID-19 vaccine, the flu shot should be a high priority for those with underlying health conditions. She also adds last year's flu shot is not guaranteed to protect you this year.
The vaccine every year is made specifically for typically the top 3 or 4 virus strains of the flu virus that's floating around. So it's specific for that virus. Most people want to know, why do I have to get it every year? And just like COVID, it does change.
Infectious disease specialist Dr. Ferris Cotter says although it is too early to tell the severity of this year's flu season, getting your flu vaccine will help curb the possible triple-demic we may see. In-person sports betting is now officially up and running in Kentucky, and as you can imagine, it was a busy day for sports books yesterday. You can wager on football, baseball, basketball, and you will be able to do so in a variety of ways. There will be teasers, parlays, props, which is quite the variety depending on which book you visit. People were already prepared to bet on yesterday's NFL opening game.
I'm going to bet on the NFL game tonight. I'm probably going to go Lions money line and just something small, something to get my foot in the water.
Kentucky lawmakers placed the first bets in the state at Red Mile in Lexington. And Governor Beshear was one of the lawmakers who placed his first bet yesterday morning from Churchill Downs. The governor betting on Kentucky and Louisville football to have more wins this season and betting against Duke University. It was the first bet placed at a new lounge at Churchill Downs.
Today is a day that so many have fought for so long. I want to thank everyone in the General Assembly who voted to finally allow Kentuckians to place the sports bets that they have wanted to for so many years.
September 28th, online sports betting will begin. However, you can already pre-register on the 7 licensed apps like FanDuel, Penn Sports Interactive, and Fanatics. While Beshear was at Churchill Downs yesterday placing his bet, Daniel Cameron is gearing up for several campaign stops in western Kentucky. The GOP gubernatorial candidate is set to start today at the Edmonson County Parade, followed by 2 Fight for Kentucky Values visits to Morgantown and Hartford. Thanks for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. Coming up, a new energy source is coming soon for Martin County. Stay with us to find out what lies in store for the project.
And the forecast, as we said, looks a little unsettled for the next few days, but could we finally see some fall trying to settle in here late next week? The latest forecast in about 3 minutes.